Hello, y'all. This is Jimmy here. I wanted to do a book review on this book I just finished reading. It was great, it was phenomenal that I had to do a book review on it, and I wanted to share the golden nuggets that I picked up. It's called, as you can see, The Power of Full Engagement. Subtitle: Managing Energy, Not Time, is the key to high performance. Now, this book was written by Jim Loehr and Tony Schwartz, which are very, very well known in the field of sports psychologists. Together, they have about 4 decades of experience. They have worked with a lot of top elite athletes and a lot of top Olympians. So let's get right into it. So it's their argument is that it's about managing energy, not time. So, what energy? It's your physical energy, your emotional energy, your mental energy, and your spiritual energy. So, these are four energies that we have, and managing these will help us perform at a higher level. And so I just want to clarify that this book is not just for professional athletes. This applies to anybody that wants to take it to the next level. And whatever you're trying to take to the next level, whatever it is, this book will help you. Absolutely. So let's jump into the first one, the physical energy. Of course, we know that exercise, nutrition, sleep renewal, that is crucial. And I want to get a little bit into the sleep. The sleep because we are right now we're so deprived of sleep. A lot of people aren't sleeping well. A lot of people are going to sleep late. A lot of people are going with their devices at whether is their laptop, is their phone, their iPad, whatever it is, any kind of digitals, anything that's still stimulating late at night. It's not helping your quality of sleep. And going to sleep late, if you go to sleep at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, it is not the same as going to sleep at 10. The quality of sleep is much higher. So the sleep is huge. Sleep is really what sets forth anything else that the body needs to rejuvenate, that the body needs to get rid of, that the body needs to detoxify. It happens when you sleep. So you're not getting good quality sleep. I would worry about this one before nutrition, before your exercise, before your supplementation, before any kind of stress management. Sleep is the pillars of your physical body. Okay, so the next one is the emotional. The emotional energy is doing things you love, singing, as you can see, dancing, gardening, making love. Oh yeah, yoga, museums, playing a sport, and concerts. This is a good one too. Reflective time alone. Getting time to really reflect on your day, on your week, on your month, on yourself. So it's doing these things will increase your emotional energy because we're human beings. We're emotional beings. So making time for this, whatever it is, and you know what? You might not like any of this stuff. You might not like doing any of this stuff. But just make sure you carve out time in your day where you can do anything that you really enjoy doing, anything that makes your heart sing. It's good. The next one is mental, like the mental energy. The mental energy is working on positive self talk, visualization. Visualization is huge, especially in sports psychology, because I would say the majority of top elite athletes like a Michael Phelps or Michael Jordan, a Stephen Curry, a Kobe Bryant, they use imaging a lot where they're practicing over and over thousands of times, whatever the drill is, whatever the move or the exercise is. They're practicing in their head thousands of times, and that's why they're great. They separate themselves from the good and are the great. So imaging, just imaging yourself of where you want to go, of where do you want to, what is your vision, where do you want to be in a couple of years, and 5 years, and even in a few months. What it, so visualization, it's huge. It's huge. Time management gives you control of your day. It helps you be more in control instead of being pulled to anybody else's agenda. So time management is good. Of course, this book is not about managing energy, or it's not about. I mean, it's. Let me uh, let me go back a little bit. This book is not about managing time, but it's about managing energy. But time management is also important. Reading is also pivotal because reading gives you, gives you knowledge, and it makes you feel empowered. It makes you feel like you can take that information and do something with it. It opens up doors for a lot of. It depends what you read, of course, too. Meditation. This is huge. Creativity, mental preparation, whatever you're hesitating on, or whatever you're preparing to do that is challenging, having some kind of mental preparation before is huge. So this is all on the mental energy. And let's move on to the spiritual energy. So the spiritual energy, not speaking really in a religious sense. This is more of a self realization, like really digging deep and looking at your vision or purpose or mission. And I know these three are pretty hard to get. A lot of people don't have these. They feel like they don't have a vision or a mission, therefore they feel guilty, or they feel like they don't really have a calling in life. But this takes work. It takes work to find it. It doesn't. It's not for some people. It just came to them, as kids. But for the majority of adults, we have to work on these in order to get aligned with the vision or purpose or mission. Um, Another one is just becoming conscious of your thoughts, because a lot of our thoughts are very automatic. We're really unconscious of the thoughts that we're thinking. And not only your thoughts, but everything you say, everything you feel, adds up. Everything adds up. And being grateful of what, especially things we take for granted, like people, just the privilege that we have in this living in this first world country. Commitment is huge, because commitment is not you don't do things because you just have to do them. You do them because you embody it. That's who you are. You do that or this or whatever you're committed to. You do that because that's you, and that's really why you do it. So the commitment is it's another it's another characteristic that really helps you with your spiritual energy. Values, really digging deep and knowing what you value in life and embodying that too. So these are the things that you can do to increase your spiritual energy and your mental energy and your emotional energy and your physical energy. Now, what happens when you neglect these energies? Now, let's go to the other side of the pyramid. Okay, when you neglect your, oh, let me, this is a title that I thought would be more appropriate for this book: How to Become More Self Motivated. Because self motivation comes from within, of course, because it says self. But I think that motivation really comes from within. The reason I say this is because especially especially me. I used to go to a lot of seminars. I used to go to a lot of symposiums where they had us screaming and jumping and yelling and stomping our feet on the floor with motivation, and that motivation will last for a couple of days, 3 days at the most, maybe, and then it would dissipate. It would just leave. So, and I would always be looking for that motivation on an external level. But now I realize that I believe that we have to look for motivation, self motivation. Don't look for motivation from your external um, resources or environments or whatever it is, or from other people. Yes, it has its place, but if you want to get motivated, it has to be self motivated. Otherwise, I believe it's not going to be sustainable. You're always going to be looking for something to motivate you. And of course, I mean, there's time and a place for seminars and a Tony Robbins or a Gary Vaynerchuk or whoever motivates you, but it all comes from within. Okay, so moving on, we already went through the things that you can do to align your spiritual energies. Now let's move to the side where if you neglect these energies, what happens? You start to feel dissatisfaction. You feel detachment, like something's missing in your life. There's chronic self-absorption. You start to be known as unreliable. You start to feel unfulfillment. You feel like something just isn't clicking. And on the mental, when you start neglecting your mental energy, you get addicted to your comfort zone. Pessimism shows up huge, huge. Negative thinking starts to become more dominant in your thinking. Mental stillness, there's nothing really challenging your intellect. Guilt, ADHD, ADD, you start to get distracted a lot easier. And the emotional energy, what happens when you neglect your emotional energy? You start to get more anxiety. You start to get more frustration, defensiveness, rigidity, anger, sadness. You really start going into me. Me. Why me? Why is this happening to me? Why haven't this happened yet? So you start to get really self-absorbed where the majority of your thoughts are about you. Yes, we're all going through struggles. We all have problems. We all have challenges. But I think Tony Schwartz said that the biggest thing that you can do when you get so absorbed in your problems, help someone else. Help than someone less fortunate than you, and you wouldn't even think about your problems for a few hours or the rest of the day. The physical, of course, when you start neglecting your physical body, and it all starts from the physical, because the physical, as human beings, we evolve physically first. The physical body, the physical energy evolves first, then the emotional energy, then the mental energy, then the spiritual energy. So as human beings, we evolve from the bottom of the pyramid up. So it starts with the physical. It's really hard to really get these aligned if you are neglecting, if you feel like crap or you feel lousy. It's pretty hard. It's challenging. It's challenging to get into that positive mental state or that positive emotion, or tapping into your spiritual energy. So it all starts from the physical energy. And of course, when you neglect the physical energy, fatigue, tiredness, exhaustion, low energy. So I wanted to share this book, and these are my gold nuggets that I took from this book. I really, really, really recommend this read. I think it will help you with whatever you're trying to take to the next level. And if you like it, give it a like. If not, then still give it a like. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, this is an amazing book. Yeah, check it out. I will lend it out to someone. Whoever reaches out to me first, I will lend it out. Okay, peace. Thank you, and thank you for watching.